Hi everybody, Ezekiel Dasho here, and I'm going to do a little bit of shading on this picture I'm working on, and I just wanted to share a little bit of the process and basically just roll camera on me shading, and if that can be helpful for anybody who is working on drawing, and I hope it is a little bit helpful. And this video won't be very long, but it'll just give you a chance to sort of watch how I'm shading as I'm sort of, I don't know, halfway through this picture. Okay. So I'm working exclusively with a 4B pencil on this one, and that's just sort of by choice. Just the style I wanted to go for this one. It's a little softer. And I'm holding the pencil sort of loosely, and I'm not really pressing down, at least not for these initial passes. There are some leaves in the background of the figure in this portrait, and I'm just adding the value. The general process here is cross-hatching and then adding a little extra value where needed. But these shapes here will be a good way for me to practice, and also I think good way to demonstrate. So for like a shape like this shape here, this triangular kind of shape, my first pass I'm going to do this so it's the shortest distance, which would be like this. From side to side is the shortest way. And let's see what I'm looking at here. Okay. So this is a relatively dark spot, so the next pass I'm going to go ahead and go perpendicular to that. And I'm still not really pressing at all, I'm just kind of dragging the pencil along. And then the next one is going to be a 45-degree angle to those two. And the next pass is going to be perpendicular to that one. And now you can see that I'm sort of what 4 looks like when I'm being super delicate and not really pushing that hard at all. And I want it to be darker, and at this point what I'm going to do, rather than keep adding, you know, a lot more cross-hatching, is I'm going to find the spots that didn't really get filled in and do these like light circles. Just to kind of get the shape filled in evenly. I even want it to be darker. I want it to be darker like this, the shape that I'm working on right here. So I'm gonna do a layer where I'm pressing in a little bit. And I'm pressing in, I guess the way to describe it would be as little as possible to still get the extra value on there, the extra darkness in there. But again, I mean, the last thing I want to do is push in hard enough to like draw a line or anything like that. And it's just, this is the, for me, it's one of the best parts of drawing is the shading. I just love it. And if I can add the contrast here, it'll help the figure really pop. And see here, but I've got this shape here and the shape here a little too close, so I definitely want to darken this up here. What I find is, depending on what kind of paper you're using, and I'm just using a sketchbook with paper that is heavy, you know, archival quality sketch paper, it kind of becomes a situation where you're looking for like the spots in the paper where the grain didn't really let you get the graphite in there, and then you're going and finding those places and just kind of making sure the graphite's getting into the picture. And let's see. This I kind of even want it to be darker than it is right now, but I'm not going to worry about it too much at the moment. It's more of a finishing touch kind of thing. But as this gets darker, the figure is really going to come forward. Same with like these areas here. And here, if I want to really delineate that stuff, I can just put some shadow in. The contrast will help define that form and make the whites look white, or the grays look whiter, even though they're not white. The darker darks next to them will make them look brighter. Like for instance, in this spot here, it's the brightest spot on the photograph, but if I leave it plain white, it's just going to look too flat. It's going to look unfinished, and so what I'm going to do is, as lightly as I possibly can, I'm going to add this one little pass of graphite, and then I'll know that over here it needs to be a little darker. And I'll get the brightness by contrast rather than by leaving that white. I think, I'm not even sure if I'm going to leave this part white. The whites of the eyes, there's a little reflection on the lower lid that I might leave that white. But it really doesn't need to be. Sometimes I like to leave just a little spot in the eyes as white, because then that makes it just this one little spot on the picture that looks brighter, and it helps the eyes look like they're shinier. Okay, I don't want to go too long with this video. Just wanted to have a quick little sort of demo on the shading, and it's just going to, especially for the background, it's going to be this process that I just did here where, you know, I've got leaves here that are different values. So like maybe this would be like the darkest, and then a little less dark and a little lighter than the lightest. And so I'm just going to go through there, and kind of the lightest ones get the one layer of cross-hatching, and so forth and so on down the line. So like that'd be one, maybe this one will get two. So I find the shortest way across. Go back over. And then that'll kind of get the area you're working on tonally. It'll get it, the stage sort of set. And then later you can go back in and do the touch-ups and stuff like that. So I hope this little shading demo is kind of useful, and if you like it, definitely go ahead and smash that like button and have a great day.